it's a light practice. It's a Thursday practice for us, so it's about an hour and 20 minutes. Got good work in.
Did you know at the beginning, I guess, at what point did you realize that you might be able to get something not just out of potentially, your top tight end in Trevor, but maybe even your second and third tight ends as well?
Well, I mean, when we sign them, everybody we sign, we expect them to play. I don't know how soon. Freshman, it's usually more of a mental thing. And sometimes physical if you're a big guy. But, he's a sharp guy, learned it very quickly in camp, and he's playing pretty solid.
What's your assessment of the pass rush so far?
Ours?
Yeah,
it's been okay. I mean, we have to do pressure. I don't know if we've gotten pressure without blitz, but that's part of our deal anyway. But we're more athletic. We're more athletic than because of injuries than we've been in the past. But we're still working on that.
Are you hoping that Derek can be a guy that makes more plays, or is he just kind of a guy you bowls? Or do you want him to be more
he's been playing pretty well. Yeah, I mean, I think everybody judges based on sacks or whatever it is, and tackles for loss. And some of those great players are going to get those numbers, but sometimes you could be a really good player and maybe not have the numbers because you're getting double teamed or what have you. But Derek's played well.
So you haven't faced a mobile quarterback like their guy so far this season, and
yep.
Not often last season either, really. So what are the biggest keys for the defense?
Well, you got to be really disciplined in your assignment. If you're a quarterback player, you're a contained player, you got to make sure you get him, and you better not underestimate his speed because he can run. So you might think, I got the angle, or I got him, contained, and he outruns you. So that's the one thing. Our guys are used to going against each other, but this guy's fast, and we got to make sure whoever has contained, whoever has a quarterback is sound in their assignment.
Who's been playing the role of Huntley in the practice this week on the schedule?
Well, we had Kahari Lane and Andrew Tovar. They're both pretty athletic. I don't think they're as fast as their guys, but again, we go good on good too, so they get to go against Brandon Dawkins every day. So
how does that help going against your offense?
Well, it probably helps. That probably helps both teams. I'm sure in camp, the first 2-3 weeks of camp, they're doing a lot of good on good. So that's probably a wash as far as who's got the advantage in that.
With 3 games under your belt heading into Pac play, Pac-12 play, what have you been able to learn and gauge about your team considering the non-conference schedule?
Yeah, I think we've got better. I like their attention, their focus so far. It's been a good group to coach, a good group that want to work hard, and get better. And we're still got some growing pains, with some young guys, and we can get frustrated at times. But their attitude's been great. And now, obviously, the competition gets a whole lot better with Pac-12 play, and our guys are anxious to prove themselves.
You mentioned on Monday about some of the linemen and recognizing the fronts. Is that more of a, when you say that, more in the pass game and what
Who's
they're
that?
looking at? When you were talking about DeBeer and Cody and veteran guys recognizing the fronts, is that more of the passing game?
Oh, it's really everything. In the run game and the pass game, the guys up front got to recognize not just what's happening on the front 7, but hopefully what's happening in the back end too. Veteran players that see that, they don't get tricked as often. And there's so many different schemes that we face week to week, and we face 3 different ones in 3 weeks, and we'll face a 4th different one this week.
If there are 2 or 3 keys for your team to win this game on Friday night, what do you think those?
That's all the old standard keys. I mean, from an execution standpoint, on all 3 phases, you got at least, if they're going to beat you, make them beat you with you not making mental mistakes. And then, the turnovers, but it's not just turnovers, just trying to create a turnover and we've been pretty good at taking care of the ball, and we've got to have to tackle really well. I think that's one of the keys in this game, particularly with a mobile quarterback. We're going to have to tackle well and keep contained.
So you guys were harping on getting takeaways last season, and then you got 2 in the last game of the year, and then I think you've had 2 or more in each of the first 3 games this year. What do you think the difference has been?
Yeah, I don't think you talk your way into getting it. I think you just play more aggressively, and at times, like in the first game, I didn't think we played aggressively at all. But playing more aggressively and playing more confidently, that's a big part of it. And hopefully, it usually feeds on itself. Once you get a little confidence on defense, the guys will be more apt to go after the ball instead of playing behind the ball, so to speak.
How much did preparing for a guy like Ed Oliver help coming into a game with a strong defense like Utah?
Well, they were good. Houston was good on defense, and they were good up front. And so we've seen a little bit of that. And I think Utah is probably a step above, and they're a lot more veteran team, 6 or 7 seniors on defense and a couple of juniors. So they got an experienced group, and athletically up front at end, they're the fastest group I've seen in a while. So playing that, but it wasn't this, we didn't see that kind of speed last week. But our guys know they can watch film. They know they'll see it Friday night.
Historically, though, you've been able to run the ball against them. Have you kind of defined why that is?
It's been different things. They got a different coordinator, and we've executed well. Last year not at times, but the years before that, we've gotten a couple big plays, which has always been key, and then. We've done a good job getting a hat on a hat, and our backs have ran well. I think and our quarterbacks have ran well when we ran well against them. So that's going to be key. We got to use every bit of our offense, and we got to be patient at times. You can't force the issue, but we got to use our whole